Look how thick these are. Can you see that? Hey everyone, it's Jasmine
and Chris.
Welcome back to another video. So we are here posing with our air fryer because we have another air fryer video coming to you today. You seem to love the previous one. If you haven't checked it out, I will link it in the cards and down below, where we made savory air fryer recipes.
But today we are making some sweet recipes, which I guess aren't as traditional in air fryers, so.
But I feel like a lot of people don't realize you can make these in the air fryer, so that's what makes it exciting.
So these are all super simple to make. We have 3 delicious recipes to make, but first, we have a quick word from our sponsor today, which is Seed.
Seed's Daily Symbiotic is a 24-strain pre- and probiotic that supports gut health, skin health, and so much more. It's clinically and scientifically studied, so you know you're getting the real deal, and what's even better is that Seed puts the earth first. So in your first purchase, you're going to get a glass jar that is infinitely refillable, and your monthly refills are then delivered in compostable, biodegradable, and recyclable packaging. So we actually discovered Seed from another fellow vegan YouTuber, Remy of Veggiekins. She talked about Seed all the time on Instagram and her YouTube channel, so it sparked interest for me. And I was actually in the market for a new probiotic, so I did some research, I read up on Seed, and it really checked all the boxes for me. What I really loved is that the Daily Symbiotic was developed for systemic benefits beyond digestive health, and that was about a year ago, so we've been taking this for quite a while.
I didn't realize the benefit of a pro and prebiotic until I started taking Seed, and there have been very noticeable health benefits, whether it be my regular bowel movements, sorry if that's TMI, or my clearer skin, but it's been great taking Seed, so I definitely recommend it.
You can get 15% off of your first month's supply of Seed's Daily Symbiotic by clicking the link in our description and using the code SweetSimpleVegan at checkout.
Now, back to our video.
All the recipes we're prepping today, we will have links for down below. We have all the recipes written out on our website, and also we will link this air fryer as well as a few other options if you're in the market for a new air fryer. So let's just dive in. First up, we're going to make some air fried donuts. This is one of my favorite air fryer desserts. I actually modified this from a recipe that my mom used to make for me growing up. She made the deep fried version and we tested it in an air fryer and it turned out perfect, so delicious, and I can't wait for you to try it. For this recipe, you're going to need some canned biscuits and something to cut out holes into the biscuits, along with some cinnamon, sugar, melted vegan butter, and a pastry brush. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the recipe is linked down below. It has all of the measurements, all of the directions written out, and a lot of pretty photos for you. So head to the link and head to our blog to check it out. So let's get started. So for the dough for this recipe, all you need are some canned biscuits, and these are actually vegan. Not all of them are vegan, but in the blog post we have our recommendations for brands to check out, and it's really cool because this saves you so much time and they turn out really good. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm taking some melted vegan butter and I'm going to take a pastry brush and coat all of the biscuit dough on both sides. Next, we're going to cut the circles out of the middle of the biscuit dough to make our donuts. And you can really do this with whatever you have that will cut the hole. So we actually have a cannoli mold here, but you can use the top of a water bottle. You can cut it out carefully with a knife. Anything that you have that has a hole that is smaller than the biscuit, you can use to cut it out. And then next up, in a small bowl, I'm mixing together some sugar and cinnamon. We're going to pop those into an air fryer and air fry until they are nice and golden brown. And then we're going to brush them with some melted vegan butter on both sides, just like we did before air frying them. Once they are buttered, we're going to dunk them in the cinnamon sugar mixture and coat them liberally, trying to get every nook and cranny. You're also going to do the same with the donut holes. And here is the final product of the air fryer donuts. I cannot wait for you to try these. They are so fluffy, they are so delicious, and so easy to make. All right, let's dig in.
Oof.
Cheers.
It's perfect.
If you don't want to coat it with cinnamon sugar, you can make a glaze, pour that over too. But I really like the crunch that the cinnamon sugar gives it. It's so good. Not too sweet, perfectly fluffy.
Maybe a little pinch of salt could be good in here.
Another thing is the donut holes, because they are so much smaller in the air fryer, they get nice and crispy on the outside, but they're soft and fluffy on the inside. Listen to this. I guess you can't really hear anything. This turned out so good. I love this recipe, and if you don't have an air fryer, we do have an option for a deep fryer on our blog as well, so you can go check that out. Link is down below. Super easy, 4 ingredients, and they're bomb. Oh my god, I can't stop eating it.
I like the balls.
All right, let's get on to the next recipe. The next air fryer dessert I'm teaching you how to make is an air fryer cinnamon roll recipe. And this isn't just any cinnamon roll, it is a biscuit cinnamon roll. So we are actually not making our dough from scratch. I'm gonna show you how to turn these biscuits into a dough, and it cuts the prep time, and it's so freaking good. It's so flaky, so fluffy. It's so fluffy! And I know people are gonna say that you can just buy canned cinnamon rolls and bake those. You totally can. But the good thing about this is you can customize it however you'd like. So if you don't just want a cinnamon sugar cinnamon roll, if you want to throw in some dried fruit, chocolate, marshmallows, make a s'more cinnamon roll, you can really do whatever you'd like, and I really love that about these. Another thing is canned cinnamon rolls always come with a sugar frosting, and I am team cream cheese frosting for cinnamon rolls. I feel like they taste so much better with the cream cheese, so we're gonna be making one from scratch today, and let's get started. For this recipe, you're going to need some canned biscuits along with some brown sugar, cinnamon, vanilla extract, vegan butter, almond milk or a plant-based milk of your choice, vegan cream cheese, lemon juice, and powdered sugar. So open up my can of biscuits. I'm gonna lay them out on a floured surface, and you wanna lay them out overlapping so that when you roll them, they will all merge together and it'll be a much easier process. Next, I am taking a floured rolling pin, and we are just gonna roll. You're gonna roll these all together until they form a uniform dough. I know it looks weird right now, but they'll come together, I promise.
Looks like pancakes.
If it's not a perfect rectangle, that's totally fine too. Once you roll it and cut it, it's really not gonna matter. If you want detailed instructions on this recipe, it will be linked down below. I'm just going to cut off a piece from the end and just kind of push it in there like a puzzle. If you need it to stick, you can also add some moisture. I'm just adding a little bit of almond milk. MacGyver, that's the word, right? MacGyver style. So this is rolled out. So now in a small bowl, I'm going to make my filling. So this is really simple. I'm keeping it cinnamon sugar. I'm not customizing it today, but I just wanted to mention in the beginning you totally could. So what I'm mixing together is brown sugar, cinnamon, and some softened vegan butter. You're just gonna mix that together until it is nice and uniform. Using a spatula, I am going to just add dollops of this mixture all over my dough, and you want to do this so that it's easier to spread and easier to distribute. If you dump it all on one side, it's going to be harder to get it all on the other side. So I like to just distribute it like this first. I wonder if you guys can hear the rain. It is raining really hard right now. So we're gonna take our spatula and just evenly spread out that filling. Doesn't have to be perfect, just get it as spread out as you can. You could also bake these in the oven. You don't have to use your air fryer. We have all the oven instructions on our blog right now. It's linked down below. The good thing about using an oven is you can make all of these at the same time. An air fryer is pretty small, so you're gonna have to make a couple at a time. But if all you have is an air fryer, if you have a small kitchen, you don't have an oven, an air fryer is a great option because it gives you the ability to make things that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So now, it is time to roll. This is just like making a typical cinnamon roll. We are going to tightly roll this up into a log on the long edge. And it's gonna be a little weird because as you can see, there are like 4 separate pieces here. But once we start rolling it, it's all gonna come together. I cannot wait to make these for my mom. To cut the cinnamon rolls, you can either use a really sharp knife or you can cut it with a string, which is what I'm going to do today. And when you do that, it just makes it so that the cinnamon roll ends don't squish together and they just come out a lot prettier, but it's not necessary. So we're going to bring the string under the dough and then we're going to cross it over and just pull like so, and it'll cut the cinnamon roll perfectly. We're gonna pop our cinnamon rolls into a greased air fryer. And they are going to spread out a bit, so you wanna make sure they're a little far apart. And air fry. Quick note, I forgot to mention this in the video, but when you're air frying, the first batch always takes the longest, and the second and third, they will take shorter amounts of time because the air fryer will already be hot. So for the desserts we're making today, the first thing we're making is going to have the longest cooking time, and then the next couple batches we're gonna cook it for a shorter amount of time because you don't want it to burn. We will have all those notes in our blog post linked down below, but I just wanted to say that just in case you're new to air fryers so that you don't burn your food. While the cinnamon rolls air fry, we're going to make our cream cheese frosting. So this is very easy to do. First up, we need some vegan cream cheese. Then we have some powdered sugar, melted vegan butter, vanilla extract, and a touch of lemon juice, and we are just going to whisk that together. So I'm going to be adding in some almond milk as needed to thin it out. I know some people like thicker thicker frostings, and some people like them thinner. So really just add it based on your preference. And a little liquid goes a long way. So just add a splash at a time. And that is the consistency that I'm looking for. So we're done. All right, all of our cinnamon rolls are air fried, and now all that's left to do is drizzle them with the cream cheese frosting. You can drizzle them or you can actually dip them in, but I like the drizzle. I like how it looks. And that is it. Look how good these look. Oh my God, I'm so excited to eat it.
From the other side.
I already ate it.
Oh my,
Yeah?
oh yeah.
So good.
That's fantastic.
I don't even have anything to say. They're just delicious. These are so easy to make. I love that we were able to show you 2 ways that we can utilize canned biscuits for recipes other than biscuits. And it's just a really fun recipe. I feel like if I was a kid, I would have loved to make this with my mom. And we're gonna continue making this because they're freaking delicious.
So easy. I think this might be better than a canned cinnamon roll.
I really think it is too.
100%.
These are so much fluffier and they have more like body.
And it's not like overly sweet. Like
yeah. I feel like a canned cinnamon roll just tastes like sugar.
like too sweet.
Yeah.
This has like a nice balance and you get more like
There's a cream cheese
flavor.
frosting, bro.
There it is. Cool.
So if you want to try this recipe, link will be down below. The last air fryer dessert that I'm preparing today is an Oreo stuffed chocolate chip cookie. I was just gonna do a typical chocolate chip cookie, but we wanted to take it to the next level, give it a little bit of oomph, I guess, and it turned out really good. I'm really stoked for you to try it out. And it is really easy to make. For this recipe, you're going to need some vegan cookie dough and vegan Oreos. For this recipe, you can either use store-bought cookie dough or you can make your own at home. We're going to be making a recipe right now from our website. I'll link it down below, but you can just use a store-bought option and it'll make it 10 times faster. So first up to my bowl, I'm going to add in some coconut oil. Granulated sugar, and brown sugar. And I'm going to grab my hand mixer and cream all that together. I do want to mention that if you don't want to use coconut oil, you can use vegan butter as well. All right, next, instead of an egg, we are going to be using applesauce as our egg replacer. Also adding in some vanilla extract. All right, and for our dry ingredients, we have some baking powder, baking soda, and some salt. And lastly, some all-purpose flour. And I'm just going to mix this all together until it is nice and uniform. If you want to make these gluten-free, we have tried this cookie recipe with the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 gluten-free baking flour. I can link the flour down below if you want to try it out. All right, and last but not least, our handy dandy chocolate chips. A lot of people always ask us what chocolate chips we use that are vegan, so you can check out Enjoy Life or Simple Truth has chocolate chips that are vegan as well. That's typically what we buy because we usually shop at Fred Meyer. Just make sure you check your chocolate chips ingredients when you're buying them. Sometimes sneak a little milk in there, so you gotta be careful. All right, so this is nice and incorporated. Cookie dough is done. Now, the fun part. I had my cookie scooper, I rinsed it, and now it's gone. All right, it is time to stuff our cookies, and the Oreos we're using are these chocolate sandwich cookies from Simple Truth. This is the in-store brand for Fred Meyer, Kroger stores. If anybody is by a Kroger, this is what we like to buy. So this is really easy. I'm going to take my 1 tablespoon cookie scoop. We're gonna scoop out balls of our cookie dough. We're rolling those into balls. And I just like to do all of these first. It's just easier to get this part done ahead of time. All right, so what we're gonna do is take our cookie dough and flatten it. And then I'm going to set that aside. Do that with 1 more of the cookie dough rounds. And then I'm gonna take one of my Oreo cookies, put it on top of the cookie, get the other flattened dough, and basically just form it around the Oreo. And that's it. So this is technically 3 cookies in 1 because I'm using double the amount of cookie dough I typically use for my cookies, and then you're adding an Oreo inside. So this is gonna be a monster ass cookie, but it's gonna be delicious. So I'm just gonna continue doing that with all of my cookies. All right, I am popping the cookies into my air fryer, and I have some foil underneath them just because we realized that when we cook them on the grates itself, the bottom gets all weird and cookies start to fall down below. So we like to do this just to prevent that. Look how thick these are. Can you see that? Oh my God, I'm so excited. All right, I'm pouring us some oat milk. We gotta have some milk with our cookies.
I feel like Santa's coming. What?
Santa would love these. All right, let's dive in.
Look at this.
I know. Are you ready? With the air fryer, the cookies are crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. Oh my God. Melt in your mouth good. That's the best way to describe these.
Wow. It's a heavy cookie.
I'm not really into crunchy cookies. I really love soft and chewy cookies. But these are the perfect balance because they're crunchy, but then they still have that like melt in your mouth feel.
It's not like overly crunchy. It's not like a hard
Chocolate
cookie.
over my hands. Yeah. Hell yeah. I have chocolate all over. I don't want to get it on my shirt. So that wraps up our air fryer dessert recipe. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you can try out all of these desserts.
If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Let us know if you'll be trying any of these and which one you'll be trying first.
And also make sure to check out our other air fryer video where we air fried a bunch of different savory recipes, and there's a bunch of snack options, a bunch of meal options, and it seems like you guys really liked the video, so I hope that you like this one too. That's it from us for today. We will see you very soon.
Peace.
Bye.